If you've been watching the news lately, you will have noticed that a Transport for London advert has caused a little bit of upset on both sides of the political spectrum. Let me just read you a news article quickly. A Transport for London advert which showed a black man harassing a white woman on a bus has been banned over negative racial stereotypes. The clip, which showed a black male and his white friend verbally harassing a young girl, was pulled after a complaint from just one viewer. The complaint said the ad was irresponsible, harmful, and offensive due to how it portrayed black teenage boys. Transport for London, however, said it was trying to reflect London's diverse population. It was released as part of Transport for London's Act Like a Friend campaign, which encourages people to intervene safely if they witness sexual harassment or hate crime while on the network. So, in short, an advert which showed a white woman being harassed by a black man. That has caused so much upset that one guy managed to complain and get the whole ad pulled down. But the thing we have to look at is, was the ad inaccurate? Was it inaccurate? Because, I mean, London, very diverse place, a lot of immigration goes to there as well, and a lot of, specifically, white girls are targeted and attacked by ethnic minorities based on the fact that they are white girls, also on the fact that they are white British girls. The most famous case of this happening is the Pakistani Muslim rape gangs that are currently being investigated by Rupert Lowe, and only by Rupert Lowe, after Reform and Labour both said that they would do so. Labour have kind of swept it under the rug, and Reform are now complaining that they don't have statutory powers to be able to do it. So, what does this actually show us? This ad being pulled in the way it was, what does it show us? Well, it's shown us that an advert depicting white people, white men harassing ethnic women is completely fine. In a nation where ethnic male individuals harass white women more than white men harass ethnic women, it is more acceptable to depict white people as the perpetrators and black people or ethnic people as the victims. And if you try and do it the other way around, which is more accurate, it gets pulled and banned. So, especially in a city like London, which is governed by a foreign Muslim mayor who is kind of subverting Christian culture for Islamic culture, as we're seeing, statues of prominent Islamic figures are being put up. Ramadan is being shoved down everyone's throats. Christmas wasn't really that special last year in London because it's a Christian holiday, non-Islamic one. So it kind of, going back to the advert, after my mini rant, going back to the advert, it really does go to show that in a white nation, in a nation where the ethnic native people are white, it is so much more acceptable to demonize the natives, us, than to actually show fact. So this is what diversity and DEI is doing to the UK. It is becoming more and more acceptable to show untruths, inaccuracy and lies than it is to offend people, which is a very dangerous route to go down, especially when these people are in control of our education system. But then again, it's already happening because they're already trying to teach people that the Anglo-Saxon ethnicity doesn't even exist. Being English doesn't even exist, apparently. But back to kind of anti-white racism. I asked AI earlier today, if you follow me on X, which you should, I posted this, I asked, describe black pride using only one word. It came back with empowerment. I then said, describe white pride only using one word. And he gave me back a paragraph that reads as, I can give you a word but I need to be careful and clear. Terms like white pride have been widely used by extremist and discriminatory groups, so they carry a very different historical and social meaning than expressions like black pride, which emerge as a response to oppression and the fight for equal rights. And then it uses the word caution. So, 2 points to be made. One, we're going to group an entire race of people off of the actions of some. What does that sound like, guys? I'll give you 5 seconds to comment what that sounds like. Racism. It sounds like racism. So to come out and to say that the majority of, or at least a large proportion of sexual assaults in London are perpetrated by black or ethnic people to white women, that is unacceptable to say. No, we're going to ban you. We're going to pull that off the internet. Even though that is accurate, we're going to ban that. But I can ask artificial intelligence, and it is completely okay to kind of group anyone, any white person that says white pride as being racist and bigoted and extremist. So based off the colour of my skin, AI is immediately jumping to the conclusion that if I'm proud of the colour of my skin, which by the way black people are, hence the term kind of black power, Black Lives Matter, black pride. So black people can be proud of their skin colour, but the moment a white person is, that's extremist and like racist and all that stuff. So it is completely fine to group every single white person in one box, the racist and extremist box, based off of a small group of people, but it is completely unacceptable to make a completely valid comment and advert warning white women against ethnic people, ethnic men, who, you know, quite a few times out of 10, I can't say, you know, a number, but a large proportion of these crimes are committed by ethnic people against white women. So it's wrong to warn white women against potential attackers based off what they look like. That's a no-go. But the moment it's the other way around, it's like, be careful of these white folk, be careful of these honkies running around the place. They're crazy, they're mental, they're racist. I mean, they teach this in schools, by the way. It's called critical race theory. They teach this in schools. They teach kids, black kids, that they are the victim, and they teach white kids that they are the perpetrator, they are the racist, they're the extremists. That's why white people grow up to hate their skin colour. No one should ever hate their skin colour. White people have done so much for the world. We've invented so much, we've contributed so much. That's not saying that no one else has, no other skin tone has. It's just that, where's the White History Month? We recognise black achievement, not white achievement, when white people have achieved a hell of a lot in history, in society, the way our nation is structured, democracy. We ended slavery, for fuck's sake. Slavery had been happening a lot longer than the kind of Atlantic slave trade. Black on black slavery, brown on black brown slavery, you know, kind of Chinese or Asian on Asian slavery. It's still happening in China and in places like Africa and all that. Guess in what countries modern day slavery is banned? White countries. You're seeing a bit of a theme develop here, but it's completely ridiculous. We are, as a government and an institution of power, from the top down, we are allowing, fomenting and teaching anti-white racism in a nation where the ethnic people are white. It's got to the point now where that, if you say that, what I'm saying now, Reform's candidate to be Mayor of London, Layla Cunningham, would call you a neo-Nazi, when it's actually just biological fact. The natives of this country, the native English, Welsh, Scottish and Irish people, dating back as far as you want to go, you can go back to the year 3 if you want to, the native people of this island have always been white. So biologically, they will always be white. Okay? It's like saying that native African people aren't just black. If you tell me that native African people are black and only black, you're a racist, you're a Nazi. No, it's just, again, because it's targeted against white British people, that it's acceptable as long as it's targeted at us. But the moment we kind of try and branch out and try and like say facts, we get called Nazis, racists, extremists. And it's just creating such a hostile environment because people that are buying into this shit, they're believing it. It's being taught in schools, so people grow up thinking it. So when someone like me comes around and says it, they're like, "Well, actually, the government told me that you're a racist, so you're a racist." And you know, some of these people even go far enough where they hate you so much they want to hurt you, they want to silence you, or they want to even kill you, like what happened to Charlie Kirk in America. It's institutionally wrong. You can't bring political opinions into the classroom. I mean, it isn't even a political opinion at all. It's biologically inaccurate. It is not accurate by any measure. But no, can't say anything against ethnic people, and white people, zip it. We don't care about your opinions because you're all racist. And it's fine to bunch us all into one box, call us all racist based on our skin tone. That's not racist. You can't be racist against white people, guys. You got to remember that. It's ridiculous. It's so stupid. And I'm so glad that Rupert Lowe has begun to comment on it. He's talking about anti-white racism, how it's wrong, and how young white men, specifically, are being kind of subverted out of jobs. You know, there was this whole scandal with the Bank of England that, you know, they aren't hiring based off of merit. They are hiring based off of ethnicity. Specifically, if you aren't white, you are so much more advantaged. Imagine if that was the other way around. You know, British institutions, a black guy applies, and he's better suited for the job, but the white guy gets it because he's white. Flip it, the white guy goes up for a job. He's a lot better suited for the job in terms of qualification and everything. The black person, though, gets the job because they're black. That's not racist, but the first one was. I don't get any of it. It's institutionally, culturally, biologically, and factually, and morally just wrong to teach this slop in schools, to promote it out of the government. It's wrong. It's crazy. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on it. Your thoughts on anti-white racism. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let me know your opinions down below. And yeah, thank you for tuning in.